Carl, decrepit, broken down car dealer, Lucky Derby. Is it because of you that I'm not welcome there anymore? You know? Tell you what, when the truth gets out about you, about me giving you a $3,500 cleaning machine, it getting stolen, and then you calling me a punk and you'll kick my ass when I said, well, you know what, can you pay me back? And you're like, fuck you, in the neck. And like, really? And I'm calling Kermit, and it's like this. Hopefully, well, Kermit, Dan Quinn. Hopefully, me not being welcome at the Lucky Derby was because I came in and said to Carl he was a punk. You know, I took it easy on him. You know, I think I broke his rib in sparring, and I was like, fuck, I didn't even hit him hard. And then, you know, he gets that $3,500 machine stolen from me, and instead of saying, well, you know what, we can work something out, he says, basically, fuck you, I'll kick your ass. And so, you know, hopefully it was that, or hopefully, Kermit, it wasn't me, you know, telling the truth about how I got this job at the Lucky Derby. You know, you being a movie-worthy business owner, taking care of one of his employees, you know, her boyfriend was choking her out and shit. And, you know, you said, is there anything I can do about that? And I said, well, I'm sure there is. And she let me in, and I went to work, man. Kind of funny. And then, you know, you asked me, what does something like that run and shit? And I said, you know what? I'm going to roll the dice on this one. I'm not going to charge them. I'm going to say, if you have an opening for a job, right? Keep me in mind. And what was I hired within like 4 or 5 days and shit? You know, I said, anybody that does an act like that, you know, out of the goodness of their heart. And there we go. There's a Lucky Derby. This place is fucking first class. Great food. And when I worked here, even with Joseph, you know, the security guard, who was I was on detail with him. Fact, not fiction. You know, I was undercover security. Although everybody at the Lucky Derby knew it. Okay? And I just sat there. I never gambled. I was waiting for non-existent fucking shit that, well, you know, people got out of line sometimes, but not when I was there. Anyhow. And, yeah, Kermit, I discovered that lots of stevia cures the human body in fucking such amazing speed from fat. Okay, obviously, man. Yeah, I got the proof that stevia cures, brother. And you know, you have money. And I like to gamble, so it's probably a good thing that I'm banned from them. But when I get rich, Kermit, because Sid has a friend who is a brother of his, and this guy's dying of cancer, and I'm saying that if he drinks pure H2O, you know, put stevia in water and blend, you get all the toxic shit that we're killing planet Earth with and making everybody sick and, you know, generating a lot of money in the healthcare industry, right? Get that out of water, it brings cancerous animals back into perfect fucking health, and it's gonna happen. And you know what? I like you, and I think that down the road, if I was going to play around the golf, you know, you'd be a fun person to do it with, right? When I'm rich. But without your help, I'm not kicking you down. And when I actually use a little bit of the money that I make to start new casinos, you know, that pay 95% of the profit back to the employees and the community and shit, you know, not just make a few really, really rich. You know what I mean? How much money is enough, man? When people are starving and dying in America, and we're stepping over people going homeless and hungry because of illegal, immoral decisions in the Senate and the Congress, allowing businesses to get away with shit, you know, and crashing the economy. And we're allowing them to die in the streets when there's so much wealth in banks. And the thing about it, Kermit, being in jail, having time to read the Bible cover to cover, back to back, I know that scholars will one day say, Jesus attacking the moneylender's table. You know, did he in fact know that money was evil? and that was why he was doing it? You know, is there a chance that Dan Quinn was right? That's what I got out of it. And in fact, I'm gonna go down and buy a carton of Nicorette tomorrow, and I'm done with cigarettes, except maybe on the weekends because I'm having fun and enjoying myself. And you know, it's like this. I need financial help. I always have, Kermit, and I can make liquid by putting stevia in water and blending and soap floating, and you get it all out. What the fuck is that?
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message.
Oh, there we go.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, to send your message with normal delivery, press 1.
Well, anyways, Kermit, I'm going to post this on
your
YouTube,
message has been sent.
and, you know, I'm sure somebody that knows you will see it, and hopefully you didn't get in trouble, you know, for anything I said about you acting like a classy, all in a good way legally, because, you know, there will be no one ever coming back to testify, you know, and, yeah, I walked in, she opened the door, right, and he was in the bathtub, and I said, get out. He said, I'll be a second. I said, you fucking get out now, or you're never getting out, homie. Trust me. And he did. And then, you know, I made it so when he put his shirt on, you would never see it, man. But it was methodical fucking talking to him as I'm doing this, you know, and him trying to scurry away, and then it just ending up like a python on the fucking floor, you know, me putting him to sleep and shit. Anyhow, yeah, and he never came back, and then I rolled the dice, man, and I knew you were going to ask me how much it was, and I thought, you know what, he's a gambler, I gamble too, and so I said, you know what, are you doing a night-worthy move, man? I can't charge you night to night, right? But, I need a job, man, because I'm poor. I shouldn't be. I should have been a millionaire fucking 3 times over. Seriously, Kermit, when I'm at Notre Dame, I think I told you, but I'm set up for an attempted rape that is an easily proven lie, okay? I don't know why they didn't fucking figure it out, but that priest knocked at the door, so I had his testimony that it in fact was silent, and she was there willingly, and she might have given me her pussy, so I might have ended up in prison because we would have had sex, but the priest saying that it was silent, and the stereo wasn't blaring so loud, so any cries, if there were any, couldn't be heard, you know, but like this, the entire freshman floor, brother, being lined up to testify for Dan Quinn. Seriously, Kermit, it was a lot, and the girls forgot to add that part about the priest knocking at the door, so, you know, they didn't factor after expelling me. I have the priest testimony that would have been seen in front of a jury, you know, and then every freshman on that floor that was at that party, okay, that invited this girl, okay, especially to meet me because she thought that I was really good looking, okay, turns out, and yeah, so they knew that her story was a lie. They were all lined up to testify for me. They came up to the door and said, okay, he's gone, get out, go out, go down to the bus. You know what? Don't be seen in a room locked with a woman, right? Only if you're a guy and you're a priest. And you get away with it if they're kids, man, all over planet Earth. Anyways, yeah, so my mom panicking and pulling the plug on $20,000, Kermit. $20,000 got Notre Dame to settle. Well, Notre Dame's attorneys to call Chet Zawala. You can verify all this, man. And say, you know what, we just told the priest to settle. They didn't want that shit going in front of court. I would have been a millionaire. Way back then, I would have had no appreciation for the common man, okay? Security guards, regular people, cool. You know, I was an elite athlete on a different plane from early childhood, man. I was on my way to the NFL, brother. And Kermit, fact, ever think about movies and, you know, making one and getting paid? You know what? Why don't produce Tequila Sunrise Revisited? And Mel Gibson's character, like I said, is Mark Brannon, who's locked up in a federal penitentiary. And you know what? They could add scenes of me. And you know what? If that first movie made money, what I'm thinking is that the second one would make even more. Okay? Especially given the fact, Kermit, that I discovered that stevia cures and that the violin actually does upgrade the Kama Sutra for women. You know, their pleasure? No shit. Pressing on the G-spot like it's yin and yang for the top and the bottom simultaneously with clitoral stimulation brings women to an orgasmic state where they feel that flash over and over and over again, and they really could keep going unless they're too exhausted. You know, it doesn't wear them out. It's not in the Kama Sutra. And in fact, it's not that technique where it's one hand. Hopefully you got a really long thumb, man, because you got to make it stretch. You know what? And it doesn't quite encompass the magnificence of what I call the violin. So, with that being said, brother, you know, they can make lots of movies about me, Kermit. And here's one. Me getting dressed, Kermit, for practice at Notre Dame, and I think that same practice was when they were going to allow me to cover running backs and then wide receivers man-to-man, just to see what I could do and shit. And yeah, I was about to cover Alan Pinkett like a blanket. He couldn't get open, and the lights went out, right? And I thought, fuck, man, I just got to put my shoes on. Go into the the hallway, because emergency lighting comes on, and it's enough to get dressed, right? To bend over and tie my shoes. So I was either bent over and don't get that sideways peeps out there talking shit on me like I'm some fucking pussy, okay? One of the savage ones, you know what? And I'm 44, and with my discoveries, I shouldn't have to fight, really. I shouldn't have to do it. Muhammad Ali, you know what? How many punches can you take and get away with it? Anyway, the combination with stevia opens neural pathways, or no, with the THC, okay? Opens neural pathways, except you get tired and you go to sleep and then you get fat and shit, and then counterbalance with stevia. And you know what? Some peeps would say that my discoveries make me brilliant. Anyways, what was I saying about the Notre Dame thing, Kermit? As I'm driving along and I'm trying to explain to you in a video, just for you, brother, that I think you're cool and, you know what, movie worthy, man. And hopefully that wasn't what got me kicked out. It was me coming into the Lucky Derby, you know, and seeing Carl and basically calling him out in front of poker players and shit, and saying, you know what, you're a punk, man, really, you know. I mean, it'd be one thing if you just kept it at you owing me $3,500 basically because you were such a dick. That's not what I bought him for. I bought him for $440 at the start, right? But the best painting machine in the world, man. It would have been one thing if you just said, you know what, sorry, I can't pay you, but you started to talk shit and then say I was a punk. When I took it easy on you in sparring, dude. Remember that time when I hit you and it was a lock? If it was a fight, it's over because you were paralyzed with a body shot. And yeah, game, set, match, dog. I was taking it easy. I would have killed you. And maybe I should have come in, but I was silent about it. I just said, you know, in words that other people can hear and humiliate you, the truth. And yeah, so it got me barred from the Lucky Derby. But Kermit, all I need is a cancer victim. It already might be too late, man, because we get Sid's friend on the Pure H2O program. He's going to come back into perfect health. It's going to prove that I can make a liquid that acts like the Fountain of Youth. It's going to reverse the curse. Bottle it up and sell it. And then, like I said, man, I would love to play golf with you sometime. We're in the gaming industry, so when a small portion of the profit from a liquid that acts like the Fountain of Youth is diverted to make casinos that pay 95% of the profit, I mean, literally, pay it down. Flip the pyramid structure that the pay scale is waged upon, okay? You know, it's a Ponzi scheme, man. This game called life, brother. If you got money, you're in on it. You can do anything you want to. And if you don't, you're fucked. So, with that being said, Kermit, I can see your name, you know, produced by your last, Kermit and your last name, brother. One day, promise, I'm gonna own the Lucky Derby. I'll be able to afford it. Peace out.